Hey everyone, welcome back to Tap and Trends. Today's topic is one that has been sparking debates all over the internet, from Reddit threads to YouTube comment sections, from art studios to recording booths. We're talking about AI creators versus real creators. Who should you trust? Who's the real deal? And most importantly, what does this mean for the future of creativity, entertainment, and even the content you're consuming right now? Now, I know what some of you are already thinking: AI can never replace human creativity. While others are saying, bro, AI is the future. Humans just can't keep up. But instead of just picking sides, let's dig deep. Let's look at the strengths, the weaknesses, the possibilities, and the problems, so by the end, you can form your own opinion. 1. The explosion of AI creators. Let's start with the obvious: AI creators are everywhere. AI art tools like Midjourney, DALL x E, and Stable Diffusion can generate jaw-dropping visuals in seconds. Type in a prompt like a cyberpunk lion walking through New York City at night, and boom, you get a masterpiece that looks like it belongs in a Marvel poster. In music, AI has shaken things up too. Earlier this year, there was that viral track that mimicked Drake and The Weeknd's voices, so realistic that millions thought it was leaked music. Spoiler, it wasn't. It was completely AI generated. And let's not forget the rise of AI influencers. Take Lil Miquela, for example. She's not even a real person, yet she has millions of followers on Instagram, has partnered with Prada, and even released songs. People are literally following and engaging with a virtual being. So what's the appeal here? Speed and accessibility. You don't need to go to art school or own a studio anymore. With AI, you can create content instantly. Someone who couldn't draw a stick figure yesterday can now generate cover art for an album in seconds. Sounds amazing, right? But hold on. Let's look at the flip side. 2. The value of real human creators. Now, let's talk about the humans. The painters, the filmmakers, the writers, the YouTubers, the musicians, the people who have been driving creativity since the beginning of time. Think about your favorite YouTuber. Why do you keep watching them? Is it just because of the editing, the thumbnails, or the visuals? Or is it because of their personality, the way they make you laugh, inspire you, or even make you cry? Take MrBeast, for instance. Sure, his videos are flashy and full of money giveaways. But what really connects with people is his human element, his crazy challenges, his generosity, his story of starting small and building an empire. You can't replicate that authenticity with AI. Or in music, when you listen to Billie Eilish, you're not just hearing her voice. You're hearing her story, her emotions, the night she spent writing with her brother in their bedroom. That's something AI can imitate in sound, but not in soul. Human creators bring context. They bring mistakes. They bring raw emotion. And those imperfections are often what make art feel real. 3. The big comparison. So let's line this up. AI creators, fast. Scalable. Always available. They can create thousands of variations in minutes. But sometimes, it feels soulless. Almost too perfect. Human creators, slower. Limited by energy, skill, and time. But their work carries authenticity, passion, and the story behind the process. It's like comparing autotune vs a live performance. Autotune can polish every note, but that shaky, emotional note in a live performance, that's the one that gives you goosebumps. 4. Real-world stories and examples. Let me give you some real-world cases. 1. Art competitions. In 2022, an art competition in Colorado was won by a piece created with AI. The artist used Midjourney, printed the image, and entered it. Guess what? He won first place. But when people found out it was AI, they were furious. The question was, is this fair? 2. TikTok and music. On TikTok, AI-generated covers are everywhere. You'll find SpongeBob singing Adele or Kanye West covering Ice Spice. Funny? Yes. Creative? Sort of. But it also raises the question, is this stealing someone's voice or just remixing culture? 3. Influencer marketing. Companies are now paying virtual influencers instead of humans. Why? Because AI influencers don't get tired, don't demand higher pay, and don't get into scandals. But here's the thing, can they ever form a real bond with an audience the way a human influencer can? These examples show both the potential and the controversy. 5. The trust question. Now, let's get to the heart of it, trust. When you see a piece of art or hear a song, do you care whether it's made by AI or by a human? Does it change the way you connect to it? For some people, the answer is no. If it looks good, it looks good. If it sounds good, it sounds good. Simple. But for others, the story behind the creation is just as important as the creation itself. Knowing a person struggled, practiced, and poured themselves into something makes it feel special. So who should you trust? The flawless algorithm that can replicate anything? Or the human who creates from experience, pain, joy, and perspective? 6. A new way to think about it. But here's a thought, maybe it's not really a battle. Maybe it's not AI versus humans. Maybe the future is AI with humans. Think about photographers using Photoshop. Nobody says they're cheating. They're just enhancing their work. Could AI be the same? Just another tool? Imagine an artist using AI to brainstorm ideas, then painting their own version. Or a filmmaker using AI to create special effects faster, but still telling their own story. When humans and AI collaborate, we might see a whole new level of creativity that neither could achieve alone. 7. The ethical dilemma. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room, ethics. One of the biggest criticisms against AI-generated art, music, and writing is this: where does AI learn from? AI models don't just magically know how to paint in Picasso's style or rap like Kendrick Lamar. They're trained on huge datasets pulled from the internet, often including the work of real artists, musicians, and writers. Many of these creators never gave permission for their work to be used. So when AI spits out something in the style of a particular artist, is that inspiration, or is it straight-up theft? For example, some artists have complained that they can type "draw this in my style" into Midjourney and instantly get replicas of their signature look. Imagine spending years developing a style, only to see it replicated in 5 seconds by a machine. Musicians are facing the same thing. AI voice models can clone an artist's voice without permission. That viral The Drake AI track? Universal Music Group demanded it be taken down. So the question is, if AI uses someone else's work to learn, should the original creators be compensated? Should there be royalties for artists whose styles or voices are used? This is where it gets complicated, because copyright laws weren't written with AI in mind. And right now, the rules are still very blurry. 8. The job security debate. Now, let's flip to another concern, jobs. Whenever technology evolves, jobs shift. Think about it, when photography became mainstream, painters worried their careers were over. When digital music arrived, record stores disappeared. When social media blew up, traditional advertising took a hit. Now, with AI, people are asking, what happens to creative jobs? Copywriters, graphic designers, video editors, voiceover artists, even journalists, many of these roles can be automated with AI tools. You can generate blog posts, ads, logos, and even 3D models without hiring a human. Some companies see this as cost-cutting gold. Why pay a team of designers when AI can pump out thousands of concepts in minutes? But here's the counterpoint: while AI can replace some tasks, it can't replace human vision. Companies still need humans to direct, strategize, and decide what actually connects with people. In other words, AI might replace some jobs, but it might also create new ones. Think about jobs like AI prompt engineering, AI ethics officers, or hybrid creators who mix both worlds. The fear is real, but history shows that when tech disrupts, it also opens new doors. 9. The human touch versus the machine's logic. Here's another angle: the difference in thinking. Humans create from experience, emotion, Culture. A poet might write a heartbreaking line because of a breakup. A comedian might make a joke based on something embarrassing that happened in real life. AI, on the other hand, creates based on patterns. It doesn't feel heartbreak. It doesn't laugh. It doesn't get embarrassed. It just predicts what should come next based on data. And you can feel the difference sometimes. AI art might look beautiful, but when you look closer, the emotion can feel a little hollow. Like it's missing the messy, imperfect spark that makes us connect deeply. It's the difference between a love letter written by your partner and one written by a chatbot. Both might use nice words. But one comes from the heart, the other from an algorithm. 10. How audiences see it. Now here's something fascinating. Sometimes, audiences don't care. If you're scrolling TikTok and see a funny meme song, do you stop to ask, wait, was this AI or human? Probably not. If it entertains you, it entertains you. But when it comes to trust and loyalty, humans still win. People subscribe to YouTubers because they like them. They follow musicians because they connect to their personalities and stories. Think about it, would you pay to see an AI influencer live on stage? Or go to an AI comedian stand-up show? Maybe one day. But right now, people crave that human connection. That's why creators who use AI but still put their face, their voice, and their story into the content usually get more support than faceless AI-only channels. 11. The future, battle or partnership. So where does all of this leave us? Some say AI will completely dominate, that soon, movies, music, books, and even YouTube videos will be entirely AI-made. Imagine binging a Netflix series that was 100% AI-generated, scripts, actors, voices, everything. Would you watch it? Others believe humans will always remain irreplaceable. That no matter how advanced AI gets, audiences will crave the rawness of real human stories. But there's also a third vision, partnership. Humans using AI as a tool, not a replacement. Creators who embrace AI without losing their personal touch might be the ones who thrive. Think of it this way, the camera didn't replace painters, Photoshop didn't kill photography, and calculators didn't end math. Instead, they changed how we work. AI might just be the next step in that evolution. 12. The future of YouTube and TikTok with AI. Alright, let's talk about where this is all headed. Because honestly, the next few years are going to look wild. Imagine YouTube filled with channels that are completely AI run. I'm talking AI-generated hosts with faces and voices so realistic you can't tell they are fake. Videos written, edited, and published automatically. Endless content on any niche you can think of, travel, gaming, reviews, you name it. Some of this is already happening. There are faceless channels today that pump out AI-narrated videos 24/7. Some are making serious money, too. On TikTok, AI avatars are already popping up. You can create a character, give it a voice, and it'll dance, talk, or even react to comments. Imagine scrolling and not knowing whether the influencer you're watching is real or AI. Creepy or cool? That's for you to decide. Here's the big twist. If AI creators flood these platforms, audiences may start valuing real humans more. When everything looks polished and perfect, people might crave authenticity, the unfiltered, messy, real-life human stuff that AI just can't fake. 13. Music in the AI era. Music is about to get shaken up, too. We already have AI that can create beats, write lyrics, and even sing in your favorite artist's voice. In the future, you could say, make me a song like Burna Boy mixed with Ed Sheeran, about summer love, in Afrobeat style. And within minutes, boom, a whole track. Now, that sounds exciting for listeners, but for musicians? It's scary. Why spend months in the studio when someone can AI generate a hit song in seconds? But here's what I think, the best artists will use AI as a collaborator. They'll use it to experiment with sounds, generate quick demos, or push their creativity further. Just like producers use drum machines and auto-tune today, AI will become part of the toolbox. Still, here's the catch, when fans go to a concert, they don't want to see an AI hologram. Okay, maybe once for the novelty. They want the real artist, sweating on stage, feeling the music. That connection can't be coded. 14. AI in education and learning creativity. Let's take it beyond entertainment for a second. What about education? Imagine a kid in school using AI to write every essay, draw every project, and compose every piece of music. Sounds easy, right? But here's the danger: if AI does all the creating, do we stop learning how to create ourselves? Teachers are already struggling with this. How do you know if a student wrote their own paper or asked ChatGPT to do it? How do you grade creativity when AI can produce polished work in seconds? The risk is that the next generation could become more like AI managers than actual creators, giving prompts instead of learning the craft. But on the flip side, AI could also unlock creativity in kids who aren't naturally gifted in traditional ways. A kid who can't draw might finally express themselves through AI art. So again, tool or replacement? It depends on how we use it. 15. The economy of creation. Now, let's talk money. Because behind all this, trust me, the real game is business. Brands are already choosing AI influencers because they're cheaper, never age, never get tired, and never cause scandals. Think about it, a company doesn't have to worry about an AI spokesperson tweeting something controversial. On Fiverr and Upwork, you'll find freelancers losing gigs because clients now use AI for copywriting, design, and even video editing. That's income disappearing. But there's also opportunity. People who learn to master AI tools could stand out. If you're a designer, AI can speed up your workflow. If you're a writer, AI can help brainstorm. Those who fight against AI may struggle, but those who adapt might thrive. The future creative economy could be divided into two camps. 1. AI-only creators, endless content, cheap, scalable, but lacking personality. 2. Human-AI hybrid creators, real people using AI as a superpower, delivering both efficiency and authenticity. Guess which one audiences might trust more? 16. Audience psychology, the human connection. Let's get into the psychology of it all. Humans are wired to connect with other humans. When you watch a vlog, you don't just care about the trip, you care about the person experiencing it. AI can mimic emotions, but we know deep down it doesn't actually feel. And that's the tricky part. For quick entertainment, maybe that's fine. But when it comes to long-term trust and loyalty, audiences usually want someone real. Think about your favorite creator. Would you still follow them if you found out they were 100% AI and everything about their life was fake? Some people might not care, but a lot would feel betrayed. That's why transparency will matter. If creators use AI, they'll need to be open about it. Otherwise, trust could break. 17. The question of identity. Here's something deeper. What even makes a creator real? If a creator uses AI to brainstorm, to edit, to polish, at what point does it stop being their creation? If 70% of a video was AI generated but they added their voice, is that still them? And what about AI influencers like Lil Miquela or Shudu, the digital supermodel? They've built fan bases, landed sponsorships, even sparked controversies, all while being non-human. If audiences connect, does it matter whether they're real? It forces us to rethink identity in the digital world. Maybe being a creator in the future won't just be about being human, but about how you use the tools available to you. 18. The next 5 to 10 years of creativity. So let's look into the crystal ball for a second. Where are we heading in the next decade if this trend continues? Here are a few predictions. 1. AI-generated shows and movies. We'll likely see entire Netflix-style series created by AI, scripts, actors, voices, soundtracks, everything. Viewers may binge these shows without realizing they're completely artificial. The question is, will audiences embrace this, or crave the human touch of a director like Jordan Peele or Greta Gerwig? 2. Personalized content on demand. Imagine logging into YouTube or TikTok, and instead of one-size-fits-all videos, AI generates content just for you. Want a cooking tutorial in your grandmother's accent? Done. Want a motivational video delivered by a virtual version of your favorite celebrity? Easy. The line between creator and audience could blur because you'll be co-creating with AI. 3. AI music tailored to mood. Instead of waiting for your favorite artist's new album, AI could generate endless playlists based on your mood. Feeling nostalgic? AI could compose tracks that sound like your teenage years. The scary part? This could push human musicians to the sidelines if people settle for good enough AI music. 4. AI in classrooms and creativity training. In schools, kids might grow up learning how to work with AI as a creative partner. Instead of just drawing or writing essays, they'll be trained to prompt, edit, and guide AI systems. Creativity might be less about raw talent, more about directing machines. 5. Hybrid influencers dominate. The most successful creators might not reject AI, they'll blend it. A vlogger might use AI to edit, animate, or even co-host their videos, but they'll still show up as real humans, keeping that trust intact. So, the future isn't about AI versus humans. It's about who adapts and who doesn't. 19. How real creators can prepare. Now, if you're a creator watching this, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I survive this AI takeover? Here are some strategies. Lean into what AI can't do. Show your personality, your behind-the-scenes struggles, your unique life story. AI can fake perfection, but it can't fake your lived experience. Use AI as a tool, not a replacement. Let it handle the boring stuff, editing drafts, making thumbnails, brainstorming ideas, so you can focus on the soul of your work. Build community, not just content. A loyal audience will stick with you, not just your videos. If people trust you, they won't care if you use AI along the way. Stay transparent. If you're using AI, be open about it. Viewers don't mind creators using new tools, but they do mind feeling deceived. Keep learning. The creators who thrive will be the ones who constantly experiment. Don't fear the tech. Learn it, adapt it, and bend it to your style. 20. Cultural shifts. But beyond creators, AI is going to reshape culture itself. Storytelling, we may see new genres of movies, books, and music that only AI could imagine. Things too complex, too experimental, or too fast for humans to produce alone. Memes and social media, AI could turbocharge memes, creating inside jokes at lightning speed. But it could also flood platforms with spammy, soulless content, making authenticity even more valuable. Philosophy and art, people may start asking deeper questions. If art doesn't come from human struggle, is it still art? If a poem moves you, does it matter whether it was written by a human or an algorithm? We might even see cultural divides, one group embracing AI as the future of creativity, another insisting only humans can make true art. 21. The emotional question. At the end of the day, though, it all comes back to this connection. Art, music, stories, they've always been about humans trying to connect with other humans. AI may change the tools, but can it ever replace the raw power of human emotion? Think about your favorite song. Was it the melody that hooked you, or the way it made you feel seen? Think about your favorite movie. Was it just the visuals, or the fact that you related to the characters, because they reflected your own struggles? That's the emotional question we'll all have to answer in this AI-driven world. Do we care more about the result, or about the soul behind the result? 22. Extreme scenarios. Okay, before we land this plane, let's paint some wild what-if scenarios, because honestly, some of these might not be that far-fetched. Hollywood actors, imagine a blockbuster movie where none of the actors are real. Every face, every voice, every stunt, all AI. Studios wouldn't have to deal with salaries, schedules, or scandals. But would you buy a ticket if you knew every performance was fake? AI priests or motivational speakers, picture walking into a church or a seminar and the person on stage isn't human at all, just a flawless AI avatar delivering sermons or pep talks tailored to your mood. Would people still feel spiritually moved, or would it feel hollow without a real human behind it? AI news anchors, in fact, this one's already real. China and South Korea have tested AI news presenters that can report the news 24/7 without mistakes or fatigue. But here's the catch: would you trust them to report truthfully, or would it feel like propaganda on autopilot? These extreme scenarios make us ask, do we want a future dominated by flawless, tireless AI, or do we still need the messy, unpredictable, beautifully human touch? 23. Bringing it all together. So, after all this, let's step back. We've seen how AI creators bring speed, accessibility, and limitless possibilities. They can mimic voices, generate stunning visuals, and flood platforms with content. We've also seen how human creators bring authenticity, story, emotion, and culture, the things AI can copy but never truly live. We've looked at the ethical challenges of plagiarism and copyright, the economic impact on jobs, the future predictions for YouTube, TikTok, music, and even schools. And at the heart of it all is one word: trust. Can you trust an AI creator who doesn't have feelings, memories, or lived experiences? Or do you put your trust in humans, flawed, slow, but deeply real? Or maybe, is the future not about choosing one over the other, but finding balance? Because maybe the most powerful creators of tomorrow won't be purely human or purely AI, but hybrids who merge the best of both worlds. 24. Closing thoughts. Here's the truth: AI isn't going anywhere. It's only getting stronger, faster, and smarter. But what happens next depends on us. How we use it, how we set boundaries, and how much we value human creativity. So I'll leave you with this: when you scroll past that song, that video, or that artwork, ask yourself, does it matter who made it? Or does it only matter how it makes you feel? Now I want to hear from you. Seriously. Drop a comment below and tell me, who do you trust more, AI creators, real creators, or a mix of both? If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and of course, subscribe to Tap and Trend so you don't miss the next big conversation shaping our digital world. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.